I'm your host, and today we're diving deep into a paradigm-shattering interview with Fadi Lama, the author of Why the West Can't Win, From Bretton Woods to a Multipolar World. This book is a game-changer, and Fadi's insights are nothing short of eye-opening. So let's get right into it. Fadi Lama, a mechanical engineer turned global economic analyst, has a unique perspective on the structural failures of the West. His journey from running a successful engineering company to writing a book that challenges the very foundations of Western civilization is a story of curiosity and critical thinking. After the 2008 financial crash, Fadi's business faced significant challenges, leading him to question the broader economic trends. He used his engineering background to analyze the real economy, focusing on tradable goods and energy consumption, and what he discovered is nothing short of revolutionary. One of the most striking findings from Fadi's research is the 98% correlation between energy consumption and real economic output. This means that the true health of an economy can be better gauged by looking at its energy use rather than the often manipulated GDP figures. For instance, a haircut in New York, which might cost 50 times more than one in Mexico, doesn't necessarily mean it's 50 times better. The same goes for financial services and other intangible sectors that inflate GDP but don't contribute to real economic value. Fadi's analysis reveals that the West, particularly the United States, has been locking up its energy resources through the green agenda, while countries like Russia and China are tapping into their vast energy reserves to fuel industrial growth. This strategic decision has had profound implications. For example, the U.S. has stopped projects like the Keystone XL pipeline, which would have provided a significant boost to the domestic energy supply. Meanwhile, Russia has been using its energy resources to strengthen its industrial and military capabilities. The interview also delves into the concept of sovereignty. Fadi argues that Western nations, especially the U.S., have lost their sovereignty to privately owned central banks. This loss of control over monetary and financial policies means that decisions are often made against the interests of the people. For instance, the decision to stop the Keystone XL pipeline was not in the best interest of the U.S. economy, but was driven by other agendas. Another critical point Fadi makes is the role of the military-industrial complex and the healthcare sector in extracting wealth from the population. The U.S. healthcare system, which accounts for about 18% of GDP, is largely controlled by financial interests and often harms rather than helps people. Fadi points out that countries like Cuba, with a fraction of the healthcare spending, have better health outcomes, including longer life expectancy and lower infant mortality rates. The conversation then shifts to the broader geopolitical landscape. Fadi explains that by 2017, the combined real economies of Russia, Iran, and China, RIC, had overtaken the G7 countries. This shift is irreversible, and the gap is widening. The U.S. economy, measured by electricity generation, is now only 17% of China's, a stark contrast to the narrative often presented in the mainstream media. Fadi also discusses the three pillars of Western power: the global financial sector, the virtual reality created by the media, and the military. The West's attempts to control the world through these pillars are failing, and the strategy has shifted to dividing the world into regions of control. This is evident in the ongoing conflicts and tensions with Russia, China, and Iran. The interview highlights the West's self-destructive policies, particularly in the realm of energy. The climate change agenda, while well-intentioned, has been used to stifle energy production, leading to higher costs and economic instability. Fadi argues that this is not a mistake, but a deliberate strategy to create crises, energy, food, monetary, and economic, that will ultimately benefit the money powers by bringing more countries under their control. In conclusion, Fadi Lama's book and insights offer a compelling critique of the West's structural failures and the rise of a multipolar world. His analysis is a call to action for those who believe in the principles of free competition, innovation, and honest trade. By understanding the true economic dynamics and the forces at play, we can better navigate the challenges ahead and work towards a more equitable and sustainable future. Thank you for joining me today on BrightLearn. If you found this episode insightful, be sure to check out Fadi Lama's book, Why the West Can't Win, and follow his work on his Substack page. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep learning. Thanks for tuning in, and take care.
This has been a BrightLearn.ai summary of an interview between Fadi Lama and Mike Adams on May 3, 2024. The full interview is available at brighteon.com, where you can also find podcasts and special reports by Mike Adams and other creators. Visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage of this interview and breaking news on critical stories that will keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.